the ability to do these videos in real time gives me the opportunity to make mistakes and to go deeper. What I found out now, and what I'm going to reveal now, has never been said for sure. You know, I do the regular gematria for Lilith, that's 480. And that the gematria for that is Sitra Akra at 480, and that's an obvious parallel for Lilith because she is like from the Sitra Akra. But then I do the full gematria for Lilith. And the full gematria of Lilith is 594. Now, for that, I add things. You know, I added the 5 letters and the 1 to bring it to 600. And 600 is the final mem. And I was doing other things with the idea of the final mem as the last 2 letters of Esther. It's Tov and Resh. 600. And so I was getting that parallel. And I was thinking of 600 as the walled city, but let me get to what I'm saying. Leaving it at 594. Look what I get. Remember that Lilith had this is how I got it, by the way, I want to show you. Lilith had this companion that had 2 names. It was Samnel, who everybody knows was her cohort. But Samel also has parallel name and was known in antiquity as Samel Michael. And so, where is this found? Samel is the first letter in Samel, and Michael starts as a second letter in Michael. But if you think that's what I'm bringing out, you're wrong. These 2 letters, Samel, Michael, Samek, and Mem, also are brought down in 2 angels. Sandalphon and Metatron. Sandalphon has the gematria of 280, which are the 5 final dinim. Metatron has the gematria of 314, which is Shaddai, and obviously an allusion to Yesod. So we leave it like that. Oh, no, we don't. Because if we add .280 of Sandalphon, which is the Samek, and 314 of Metatron, which is the Mem, we get 594. 594 is the full spelling of Lilith. Now this is a Hiddush. That Sandalphon and Metatron combined are Lilith. Lilith manifests herself in this world as Sandalphon and Metatron, the Samek Mem, the Samel, the angel itself as Samel, who has a relationship to Michael. And we're going to see how Michael is more than 100. And that en plus. Remember, 100 for Michael, the gematria of how to make 100 is a Samech, a 60, and a Mem. And the 101 gives the Aleph afterwards. This is a great sighting here that Sandalphon and Metatron in combination equal Lilith. And so how is this brought down? Remember, this is real time. I've only discovered this a minute ago and expressed it now for the first time. I don't know. I'm going to express it as we look at it, but not here. So here, these names. So the name of Michael, you see, as the primary angel for Judaism is involved here. What I have done before is I add a vav in there, because I say Sandalphon, va, Michael, and that makes 600. And once I make 600, you see, and I do that with Lilith too, I add the 5 letters to the 594 plus 1, that's 600. And that 600 to me is, again, as I said, the letters Tov Resh of Esther. And the Aleph Samach can be reversed and be Sitra Akra. In fact, again, I didn't think of this. It can be Sitra Akra. And that's Lilith. Lilith can be found in the name Esther as Samach Aleph, as the Sitra Akra 480, and the 600 as the Lilith fully spelt out with the 5 letters and the 1. So Esther's name is actually Lilith. This is real time, because I didn't think of that before. The 600 from Lilith is fully spelt out, more than the 594. And the Aleph Samach as Ein Sof in reversal, because that's what we have here in Purim, only reversals. It's a reversal. And it's Sitra Akra, and that's 480 for Lilith, which is how you spell it. But for me here, for me here, the big innovation, however, is now I'm bringing Sandalphon and Metatron into the picture with Lilith. Before that, I had Samel and Michael into the picture, and they bring Sandalphon and Metatron into the picture. And by doing that, we make the Samach and a Mem. And when you make a final Mem with that Samach inside, that's the marriage ring of the Arizal. It's the circle in the square. And that's what you have here. And that's called the circle in the square, the squaring of the circle, which is the whole thing. The circle is a 3 component, the square is a 4. The circle is a spiritual component. The square is a physical component. And that's what the whole aspect of Judaism is. The whole aspect of Judaism is to physicalize the spiritual, to bring spiritual into the daily life encounter, to make flesh. And so this Samach, the ring is a circle within the square. The ring of the Arizal, the marriage ring, is a square. And that's brought down by these names of Samel and Michael. Because if you put a square on Michael, if you put a square mem to start on Michael, What do you get? You get 600, then a Yud, a Kaf, an Aleph, and a Lamed. That's 661. And that's the same as Esther. So Mikael, if you put the square as the first letter rather than just a regular one, a regular mem, you have Mikael as Esther, and Mikael as the husband of Lilith with Samael, and Mikael may be in this form as the whole book of Esther, book of the Megillah. Remember, Megillah without a Yud is spelled Mem, Gimel, Lamed, Hey. It's the way I have it in my Mishnah. That's 78. That's Masla area. Masla, where things change and are opposites. That's the Goral and the Pur area. In these areas here, and so I've seen this before of mine, but I didn't think of it here. Mikael is 661, same as Esther. And I've shown you that Esther can be shown to be Lilith. And Mikael is the husband of Lilith with Samael. And so all these components go together and make this beautiful. And we'll go from here.